The world is on edge tonight as fears of a massive global trade war grow. A shocking announcement from President Trump has sent shockwaves through international markets. Starting tomorrow, the U.S. will impose heavy tariffs on imports from Canada, Mexico, and China. And that's not all. Trump warned that even steeper tariffs would soon hit goods coming from the European Union. This move could have enormous consequences, affecting millions of jobs and shaking economies worldwide. Under these new rules, products entering the U.S. from Canada and Mexico will be slapped with a 25% tariff, while Chinese goods will face a 10% tariff. The impact will be immediate and severe, particularly for Canada, whose Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, has already issued a strong response. He admitted that his country will face tough times ahead, but vowed to fight back with forceful retaliation. President Trump has long boasted about his love for tariffs, calling them one of the most powerful tools at his disposal. Standing in the Oval Office, he proudly signed the executive order, declaring that tariffs will make America rich as hell and bring back businesses that have moved overseas. But there's more behind this decision than just economics. Trump is demanding that Mexico and Canada take stronger action to curb illegal immigration into the U.S., and crack down on the flow of fentanyl, a deadly drug fueling the opioid crisis. Trade between the U.S., Canada, and Mexico is massive, with billions of dollars worth of goods crossing borders daily. Just one example, nearly 90% of the avocados sold in the U.S. come from Mexico. A 25% tariff on these shipments means higher costs for Mexican exporters, but also price hikes for American consumers. Canada, on the other hand, is a major supplier of oil to the U.S. Even a 10% tariff could drive up energy costs for Americans, putting additional strain on families already battling inflation. Despite the immediate economic risks, Trump appears undeterred. When asked whether he would impose tariffs on the European Union as well, he responded with a firm, absolutely. He accused the EU of unfair trade practices and hinted at something very substantial coming soon. The specifics remain unclear, but one thing is certain. Trump is fully prepared to escalate this economic battle on a global scale. These tariffs aren't just about trade. They're a high-stakes political gamble. Trump himself acknowledged that rising costs could hurt American consumers and potentially damage his popularity. His strategy seems to be pushing these countries into quick compliance. If they meet his demands, the tariffs may not last long. But if they resist, this trade war could spiral out of control, with American voters ultimately paying the price. In China, businesses have been preparing for this moment. Many saw the tariffs coming and took preemptive action, moving their production facilities to countries like Cambodia to avoid the heavy costs. Factories that once thrived in China are now struggling, and workers are feeling the pain. One shoemaker, whose company has been crafting cowboy boots for American buyers for decades, is watching orders vanish. He fears for his workers, who rely on these jobs to survive. With higher tariffs, our costs go up, orders go down, and incomes shrink, he said with a heavy heart. Meanwhile, Cambodia has become a new home for many Chinese manufacturers, rapidly growing into a major export hub. A significant portion of the world's clothing production now happens there, with many of the factories still owned and operated by Chinese companies. While Trump's tariffs may have slowed China's direct exports, they have not stopped its economic expansion. Instead, Beijing is shifting its business to new territories, strengthening its influence across Southeast Asia. Trump's trade war is shaking the world, but will it achieve his goals? Will other nations bend to his demands, or will they push back, triggering a deeper crisis? And in the end, who will bear the true cost of this economic battle? Foreign governments or everyday American families? The future of global trade hangs in the balance, and this is a story that will continue to unfold in the coming days. What do you think about this bold move by President Trump? Will it make America stronger, or is it a dangerous gamble? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this report valuable, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.